What's going on, Matt? Oh, wait. Sorry.
Yo,
We got to do the intro. You want me to do it now? Or
just go for it.
You sure?
Mhm,
Okay.
just go for
Here's
it.
the
No.
intro, which you're definitely going to cut in for us. And it's not going to be weird. You're not going to keep these 15 seconds in. Welcome to The Five, my podcast with Matt Larson, where we cover 5 things we are actionally doing in our business today to see results, improve our revenue, and improve our lives. How you doing today, Matt?
Good. I think we could keep it in. It's fine.
You're just going to keep the whole thing in? Just
This
embarrass
saves. This uploads instantly to YouTube, so it's fine.
me? Oh, that's fun. All my 170,000 followers.
How are you?
What's it, 12,000 now of yours?
I think it's 18 something.
18K.
But
Nice job, man.
12 of are inactive at this point. 12 have left. So
Background looks different. Whereabouts are you right now?
I'm in a Airbnb. I'm moving to the United States. Finally got my visa, so I don't have a home in Canada, and I'm just doing chores and preparing to leave.
Congratulations, man. That's huge.
Thanks.
Matthew Larson, homeless. Never thought that day would come.
I know I used to have 3 homes. Now I have 0. It's actually good. I actually don't mind.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that period of my life where I was going from Airbnb to Airbnb because I just had no possessions and I fit everything into a little suitcase. It's very freeing.
My whole life is in 2 suitcases and a backpack.
What you got in there?
Oh, I got a list. You want to see? You want me to read it off?
I'd love to see the list. I think everybody here would.
Well, I'm not going to share my screen, but I got it labeled. I got those, like travel bags, one for electronics, one for cords, one for toiletries, one for food, which is not really any food, but it's like vitamins. And I have this pan this like $800 pan that I just cook all my stuff in.
What?
And a rice cooker, and then sleep stuff, like that kind of stuff.
I kind of want to know the story behind the pan. Why is this $800?
Because Gordon Ramsay endorsed it. It's like it's $100 for the pan, $700 because Gordon Ramsay endorsed it.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
I think he owns it's HexCloud. You ever heard of that?
No, never have.
It's like a big e-com. Oh, it's a brand, but Shopify store. Like, because I used to be in e-com, so I bought it from that.
Damn, wow. Well,
it's pretty good. TBD if it's worth 800, but I'd say definitely 200.
Depends on how much of that goji Korean BBQ stuff that you on it. Matt is like a fiend for this one Korean BBQ place I took him to once.
Yeah, I do like it. I like spicy bulgogi.
Yeah.
But bulgogi, whatever.
I don't know. We're going to offend a big chunk of our Korean audience, but fuck it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of them, tons of Koreans listening. But the pan's good, It's stainless steel, doesn't stick at all no matter what you do. That's all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
It's big.
Hey, man. I got real high hopes for this podcast, I'm really excited to see where this goes. I actually listened to one of the episodes and I listened to another big business podcast right after, and I was just like,
ours is way better.
Is even better than that. Yeah.
I know, we really gotta take it like a business, we can make it big.
I know. If we recorded consistently at least once a week, but maybe even twice a week, and then
once per week with just us, once per week with some other guys, and we'll go good cop, bad cop. So what are you doing? What are 3 things? And be like, why would you do that?
We should do it. We should do it. I wonder, do you think we should where should we source these people from to be on our pod?
Should of course. We should have business, but we should just who cares that much?
Just the
because it's gonna
1,000 MRR. We should bring them on here.
5,000 MRR or more.
Okay, if anybody here has 5,000 MRR wants to be on the pod, just reply with a comment below.
Yeah,
and we'll
just ask them how. That's what I do first sentence before I even say hi when I'm interviewing someone to work. So how are you going to make me money?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
So how will you make me money?
Hiring recently.
Yeah, but they're like, and then if they have a good answer, I'm like, one person I hired them well, what I'm going to do is do whatever you tell me, so you have more time to make yourself more money. I'm like, wow. And he's hired. He works here.
How much money do you want?
Yeah. Well, that's.
Hey, you're So I always asking that question. So I always have an idea in mind of how much money I want to pay somebody, right? But I'm always so how much would you like for this? And the answers have just been so funny. You ever have a guy tell you I don't know? Because I get that all the time.
I don't, because I literally put it on the application. This is what this pays. Don't apply if you don't.
Dude, I asked this one guy once.
Yeah.
So how much do you want for this? And he's like, I don't know. I was just like,
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just
oh,
pay you that then.
makes my life really easy. All right, I
Yeah.
guess I'll see you.
Yeah.
See you later. You
Well,
should always have an answer to that question.
we'll do onboarding, and then maybe 2 months when you figure it out, you let me know. You know?
Hey, that takes me to the actionables. I actually got a couple today for you. Like, I actually thought through them this time.
Really?
But,
I
anyway,
got a
you should
couple for
start.
you too.
Yeah, you
Well,
start, and then
and actually, one of them is my hiring thing.
Okay.
Where, what should I say? Like, I think that I'm just going to go the route because my business models don't really require a lot of people. Like, I
Yeah.
overhire and then fire everybody because I'm stupid. Right? I'm just
Yeah.
literally gonna, like, if I have 5 people at 5K a month, like, which is a common thing in marketing, like that's 60K a year, especially if you're not American, like you're from India or something. That's like good. I'm just gonna like get one person at 25K a month and just get like someone who actually is 80 or 90% as good as me, who can like actually do something, you know?
Like a professional.
Like a real professional, like a real like
fella.
40-year-old, 20 years experience family man, you know?
Right. Yes, I do actually. I've been playing around with this idea myself because I feel like one really competent person is worth like a whole fleet of incompetent people. And
Because,
I feel like communication costs go up. Like, the more people you have in an organization, the less time they actually spend doing the shit that you want them to do to make you money.
Yeah, a lot of the time there is literally not that much to be doing, you know, and you're just making stuff up. Well, at least in my experience, because and I had my agency like, I think it's every business very hard to, because you have to get to a certain point on your own before you can pay someone like 500K a year, right? You can't just do that. So I remember my agency when we went from 0 to 900K. Like I was like, I wouldn't say I'm the expert at operations. You know, I don't give very clear instructions a lot, and I expect people to just know. Like it's 50%. I don't think a lot of people just make me annoyed. Like they just don't work hard and stuff. 25% my bad instructions and 25% my unrealistic expectations. So it's like I would say actually 40% it's them and 60% it's me. And my like agency was so bad. Like we had 25% monthly churn. Like I would just like brute forcing clients up to like, I believe I hired this person at 170K MRR because it was like that 170K MRR. I basically got like 1.2 million MRR to eventually get that 1.7 million because everybody was churning so much. And this person was literally I just hired them. His name was Brian. He was from the UK. And he's like 50. I don't even know how old he was, but he had like a whole family and stuff. I'll tell you what happened to him later. I don't want to say it on here. It's not good. But he was like literally the biggest operations Nazi I've ever seen in my life. We had like 50 people. I swear to God, he had a one-on-one with all of them every day. And he didn't actually, but it seemed like it.
Yeah,
and
he was on top of his shit.
Yeah, he was just like, he was way like more difficult to please than me. Like, I swear to God, he'd be like, that's where I get that from. So what have you been doing the last 8 minutes then if you haven't got this done? Like, that's actually how he was. And he was dead serious. And it was like,
would you consider him essential to the success of that agency?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And he got paid 200 or 25K a month at the start. 25K per month, pounds, actually. Like,
oh, wow. Well, oh, damn. That's like,
because he's from the UK. And then eventually he just got paid like, I paid him a percentage and it was like 70K a month pounds after a while. And then I literally didn't even look at any client work for 7 months after that before we sold it. Be like, it's like, I would tell you to do something and then it'd be like 5 minutes. Like, it's 10:19 a.m. our time right now. It's like 10:25. Like, well, why isn't this done? Like, that's a 5-minute task. And he'd just be like, it was crazy. It was like, good. Like, I don't know how he even organized that stuff. Or like, he would just be like, so why isn't this done? Just reminds me of like,
fantastic. It reminds me of the Elon emails that are just, so what did you get done this week? But like,
but he was good, but he was like, he acted normal to me, just not normal to everyone else.
Everyone probably just hated his guts, huh? Just hard ass boss sort of deal.
Yeah, I don't think he was hated. I think he was, like when they say you got to be feared, right? You got to be feared, not hated, though. Like, you don't want to be hated.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That's like, people often confuse that, I think. Where, like, but he was actually like, if you weren't like stupid, if you actually did your job, he would like, you never hear from him. He would be like talking about how great you were. Be like, why aren't you like, you just text me, why can't you be more like Nick to like all the other employees? Like, it'd be funny. I would just see it in the Slack and I would like be laughing to myself. Why can't you be more like, just like, why are you trying to ruin my life's a good one that I got from him too.
Damn,
But
Brian sounds like a freaking A-tier operator, man. I
he was
feel
good.
like those are the guy, because like I'd consider myself very much like a big picture guy insofar that like he's sweeping goals and like the massive action in order to get to a goal. I know that, right? But then obviously along the way you have to like do your books and you have to like, cross your T's and dot your I's and type shit.
Yeah, and we had a fractional CFO. I didn't really need a CFO. And then my bookkeeper was my mom. All right. And he would just be like, no, to the CFO. I'm like, that's not how you do that. And he would just go like do it. And it worked out. I don't know. I didn't get any tax penalties or audits or something. Or we had good cash flow.
Sweats nervously. Yeah.
But then I got in a lot of trouble. Well, not trouble, but he went when I sold it to the new company and he quit in like 1 month.
Oh,
and it caused a lot of problems for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he really liked working with you, right?
Because
it was somebody else.
I told him like, I like signed him to a 12-month contract because I knew I was going to sell, and I didn't tell him. I don't know. I should have told him. But he like just broke his contract, and they're like trying to sue him, but they couldn't because it was an American company and he's in the UK, and like it's impractical to sue him or like do anything to him. I don't know what he's doing now. I like looked at his LinkedIn and it looks like he's at some tech startup, probably doing the same thing. That startup
relentlessly just dogging people. Dude, you know that point you made a moment ago about the UK and the US arbitration?
Yeah.
Like, kind of realized, just as somebody that's like been there, done that now, especially in the services space, like if you're in a different country from the country that you are working with, like if there is like a geographical difference or whatever, like basically nobody takes actual legal action cross border. It's just way too impractical.
I was a big affiliate for an info product course. I don't know what year this was. This was pre 2019. And the guy got the most FTC lawsuits out of anyone I could ever imagine. But I was in Canada. Like a lot of people were in the UK. A lot of people were in Dubai. A lot of people in Australia. Everybody who was in America got sued, lost all their stuff, and nothing happened to anyone else. I'm not saying like that's like what we should be doing, but it's like a lot of people don't understand. Like if you're not in the same country, it's a big fuck around.
I mean, like the silver lining of being, and that's why we're Canadian.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, like one big question I always get in the community is just like, hey, like how do you structure the agreements? I'm really worried about like legal things, and I'm like, dude, like you're working with somebody like 40,000 kilometers away. In all honesty, like probably even first of all, probability of there ever being an issue low, right? Like 10% or something. Probability of them feeling like they have to pursue legal action, like 10%. Probability of them actually being able to do legal action, if you are cross border, like another 10%. It's just so unbelievably unlikely that unless you are an absolute asshole, probability of you actually getting screwed is low.
Yeah. And this guy, like that brings me back to this guy. This guy would literally send like cease and desist orders to anyone, like letters. They're empty, completely empty threats to anyone who's like doing similar ads to us. Like if someone doesn't pay, he's sending them a collection letter. We're not doing anything about it, but he would just be doing that.
Dude, what a
that guy was resourceful.
You should reach back. Maybe you just work with him again, man.
I'm gonna you want to start a company? I'll give you 90%.
You can start an app with him.
Yeah.
Maybe something about like buying local.
Yeah, it's just like we have like an entire line. Why isn't this done yet? It's been like 20 minutes. But he was actually like, he didn't come from e-commerce or stuff, but he actually could do the work himself too. Like I was impressed.
Honestly, I wonder why he just wasn't an entrepreneur. I feel like people with that skill set. It must be the family and the need for stability.
He had a failed startup when he was younger. Because like in his own words, he's good at operations, but he doesn't like have any ideas or something. He said something of that nature.
Yeah, seems like a
limiting. He told me he only wants to do operations and stuff. Like he wouldn't take a sales call for like if you paid him an extra $500K a year, he wouldn't do anything else. Like he just wants
people that are like super undervalued. Just get people with no sales skills. That's really it. Like if you sprinkle on even the tiniest bit of sales skills to a guy like that, or at least a desire to do sales or a willingness to do sales, I mean, like he could have started $1 million a month company himself.
Yeah, and like he had a family. Like he needs a job. You know.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing. Like the young people, I'm sure our audience skews younger. Like these people don't have a job. Like they need income for their family.
True. A lot of tea and biscuits you could buy with $70,000 a month.
Go for it, you know?
Yeah.
He was cool.
That a lot. But when both of us were young, you know, just on the come up, like I had zero responsibility.
You still have relatively zero responsibility. Me too, like relatively.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a baby, I feel like that's, well, if you get a wife and stuff, yeah, but baby for sure.
It's a damn wife and kids, man. The old ball and chain, they
baby
say.
Mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mortgage.
You know, auto loans. I don't know. He was cool though. If I get a big company, I'm gonna like track him down.
I think I found the next guy we're inviting on the podcast.
I'll message him on LinkedIn.
Very funny.
Yeah. He's so funny though, like unintentionally. He's like not funny whatsoever, like on purpose. Like literally never, just 0 out of 10 funny, like on purpose, but 10 out of 10 like by accident funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I love people like that.
Like, and then he would always trap people, you know? It's like, you know, in those TV shows when like the mafia boss is like, you like being very friendly, and then it's like, oh, he's very friendly. He's like, by the way, did you steal this money from me or something? Yeah, and then he's like kills them in the show. Like it's like always like that. Like, like, are you enjoying your time here? Like, how are you? How's your family? Oh, like, why isn't this done?
Oh yeah, had a nice weekend with the kids, huh?
Yeah. Oh really? Oh, congratulations, you got married. But why isn't this done? Why are you ruining my life? Is his like? Why are you trying to ruin my life? Is excellent. I feel like either he took that from like Jeff Bezos, because I saw Jeff Bezos say something like that, and hitting people with just the question marks.
like multiple question marks, like question mark,
or just one. Like he
one
like
question mark
screenshot question mark or screen like
the best.
Asana task question mark. So funny. Yeah, I wouldn't really like to work for him, but I would like for him to be my COO.
Yeah, I'd like him to work for me.
Somebody's going to message me trying to hire him after this for
100%,
sure.
Dude.
Yeah, what's his name?
You need the full working edit. Dude, I get that every time I mention like my video editor on a call or something. I was just like, yo, is your video editor want more work? I'm like, no. No, he's mine.
I don't have a video editor. It's me. Fuck off.
Yeah, like, we fucking crazy? No, dude, I'm not going to give you the keys to my kingdom.
And I was like roasting my friend Ben's like funnel on one of my YouTube videos, and he said 2 people, like one hedge fund guy and one like big SaaS company, reached out to get cold callers from him. I was like, and then I just send him this thing, you know, like that thing where it's add a tip. I always do that. Every time someone says like, wow, this really worked, I just send them the add a tip like picture.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna steal that from you.
Yeah. That's good. It's something that guy would do. But please tell us. So my thing, I'm going to condense everyone's salary and just get one person that I think is the boss. But, you know, you got to like, it's risky to do that too. You know, what if you hire them and they're not the boss?
Yeah, or what if you hire them and then you invest in them because there's going to be some getting up to speed and stuff, and then they're entrepreneurial, so they just take your shit and try and do their own thing. That happens. Yeah, and then what if...
it does happen. I'm less worried about that, though.
What if... well, I mean, you know, in your case, you're always on the distribution, right? So it's not that big of a deal. But then what if you invest all this time and then they leave, right? Like if you have 6 members of a company and one of them leaves, you are now at 5/6. Whereas if you have one person in a company and one of them leaves, you're at 0 out of 1, right? So 100% of your productive capacity is gone.
Yeah, it is pros and cons to everything.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. You gonna ask me about my damn point, Matt?
I think we wait a couple minutes. But
all right.
Okay, sure. What is it? Please tell us. We've all been waiting so long.
Content legitimacy. Remember, I was chatting with you about Alex Hormozy, who I've met now, shaking the hand of big buff hand.
Yeah, he's
pretty large.
He's pretty big.
Yeah,
how are his hands? Are they like grown man hands or what?
Yeah, dude, they're grown man hands. This ain't no DJT tiny girl hand. Like this guy's got a grip.
Do you think would you consider yourself to have man hands or no?
Well, my father he was a farm hand, literally, and he grew up like on a farm. So his I have big hands, I think, relative for like a man.
Yeah, but they're kind of like not really man hands. And I'm like saying mine aren't really manly hands.
No,
like,
I mean,
my father has some man hands. I'm like, wow, dude, your hands are twice the volume as mine.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like if our fathers were to come together and shake hands, that shit would actually cause like a tectonic shift.
I'm just like, why are your hands so big? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, those are man hands.
Yeah, it's called work, son. Yeah. Plow the fields.
Literally. It's called working oil rigs when you're young.
Yeah, same thing. He did the same. So I'm sure I have something to do that. But anyway, okay, so my whole thing is content legitimacy. Okay. Coaching legitimacy. Selling coaching without being a coach. Check us out. So as I told you, I met this Alex Hormozy fellow, and he's brilliant, extraordinarily intelligent. He reminds me a lot of you. He's just way more handsome, more intelligent, more jacked.
Yes.
A couple other things. But so what's really cool about what he's done is I imagine he probably makes a ton of money from his workshops. Okay. We chatted back and forth about like what that looks like and how much money we were looking at, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, if you think about it, what is a workshop? A workshop is a dressed up coaching, right? Like, let's be real. It's just a way to repackage a service, which most people know as coaching, just as like a hands-on directed, 1 or 2 day session. So it's like a different version of the same service. What he does is, I think he charges, was it like 10K or is it 5K?
Well, I went to one and it was 5K.
Okay, so 5K per workshop, right?
But then he tries to upsell, like they're obviously helpful, but it's like their purpose, I'm sure, is to upsell you. And then there's like a 50K for, I think, 2 days that I didn't do.
Okay, so 50K for 2 days. That does kind of make sense.
With like 5 or 8 people or something. I don't know the exact specifics, but that's
smaller group sizes as you go.
Smaller group size,
ladder, right? Yeah, makes
sense. More one-on-one, smaller groups.
But here's what I'm thinking about. So the reason why he's capable of doing this is because it's not coaching. Okay, it doesn't sell as coaching. He's selling the same benefits, but with different packaging. Okay, so it's just like a YouTube video. And the reason why he can do this, and he can do this at scale, is because he has a ton of perceived legitimacy. The reason why he has a ton of perceived legitimacy is he obviously has past business successes. And right now, he uses this acquisition.com thing as like the massive legitimacy play, where he has a portfolio that does $250 million a year in annual revenue. Now, I've seen that portfolio grow over the course of the last 4 years because I've now consumed a lot of his content. It used to be $120 million over the last 3 years. Now it's $250 million a year. So it's grown considerably as he's made more investments into companies and owned stakes. However, if you think about the actual like productive profit of the $250 million a year in annual revenue portfolio, keep in mind that like as an owner of a portfolio, you can own percentage of the portfolio. You don't need to own the entire you don't own the entire portfolio. If you own the entire thing, it'd just be you, like your companies, I guess. I don't even know if they call it portfolio. So depending on the percentages of the portfolio that he owns, could be 10%, could be 20%, could be 50%, whatever. You got to keep that in mind. It's not actually him making $250 million. He's also probably not the sole owner of the portfolio.
Well, he said, to cut you off, sorry, but he said that he would never put his name on something unless he owns the majority of it.
But is this the same thing as putting his name on something? I understand why he would say that, and I'm sure he's right about that. But
no, I mean, so I'm sure he owns less than 50% of all those portfolios.
Yeah. So there's that. And then what sort of services? He comes from like a gym background where margins are significantly tighter because you have, obviously you have a bunch of additional considerations you don't have in like digital. I'm sure he also has digital businesses. But anyway, the point I'm trying to get at, the whole idea here is that is probably not the most profitable thing he does. The most profitable thing he does is almost certainly coaching. But when you think of Alex Hormozy, do you think business coach? No, you think like big hotshot private equity investor guy now with giant muscles, right? So he's basically taken this primary vehicle of his, which are probably workshops. We just do the math on the 5K times, once every few weeks.
I bet you he could make like $50 to $100 million if he did them more frequently. I don't know if that's
absolutely. And I think he's going to that, but that's his main cash flow vehicle. But nobody thinks of him like that. And nobody has the negative connotations of coaching and stuff like that with him. Now, I'm on the come up, right? But my legitimacy is that I ran 2 agencies, one at $92K and then the other at $72,000. And now I'm, gaining legitimacy as like the school community person, but communities are sort of coaching in and of themselves. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't really have like that massive legitimacy thing with big numbers and whatnot. So that's why I think I get a lot of pushback, and I get a lot of people being like, "Oh, it's just like it's like a coach. It's a coaching service. Oh, it's a coach.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, I get a fair amount now. And I'm sure I'd get more if I were to go higher ticket as well. But Alex doesn't really get that. And I think the reason why is just his packaging. So to make a long story short, the number one thing that I learned over the course of the last week or so, to make it actionable, is that if you want to be an extraordinarily high earning coach, you need to legitimize yourself. Mm-hmm. So there are multiple ways to legitimize yourself. You can buy a stake in another business. That's a big one to legitimize yourself. You could start a successful non-education business. That's another thing you can do, which we talked about. But you can't just run coaching all the way up, I don't think, because of the negative connotations. And you see people do this all the time. Iman Gadzhi purchased a business, part of WAP now. So it's kind of like a software platform. So it's not just
consulting.com.
Consulting.com, although that is, quite literally like a coaching thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is really cool because it brands coaching as consulting, which I'm trying to do as well. But you know what I mean? Like, isn't it neat how all this stuff works? So anyway, it's just repackaging, man. It's just like YouTube videos. And that's the number one thing that I'm going to be focusing on over the course, probably not just the next couple of weeks, but like the next year. Like I want to obviously this is the highest leverage thing that anybody could do, right? All roads lead to info eventually. There's like instantaneous delivery. There's like zero logistics that you have to think about. It's literally, it's like affiliate. It's just like a run up. It's like, what's the distribution? How many people can you get in there? And then the product kind of delivers itself, right? So it's like,
I would say Dave Ramsey is the most successful info business on the earth.
How much is he doing?
No idea. It's got to be hundreds of millions, maybe more. You know Dave Ramsey? He's like just like a financial coach.
The one thing that we said that we would never do is be like, I don't know who that is on the podcast. I'm like,
he has like a radio show. He's like 60. I don't even know how old he is, but he's been doing it. He started on radio.
Solutions, huh? It looks like his revenue.
He has so many different businesses.
Yeah,
I'm sure
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Literally sure he could be doing like $1 billion in revenue. I have no idea.
Damn. Okay.
He's I saw Alex Hormozi make a short about him specifically, and the reason that it's good, like the reason he doesn't get labeled as a guru, is because his whole thing is like indisputable, right? He's like, if you make $5K or if you spend $4K or $5K and you find a way to save $500 a month, you are now $500 per month richer. Like indisputable, right? Yeah. It's not like you are saying AI automation is the best business model. Like that's not undisputable, but for him is completely indisputable. Like it's just basic math that anyone can understand, right? But his whole thing is like he has his radio show, his YouTube, his podcasts, whatever else. And then he has books, and then he has apps, and then he has in-person events, and then he has high-ticket programs, and then he has all of the affiliate stuff. So like you come to him, however you get to him, you download his app and you buy his book, and then he sets you up for a secured credit card, and then an investment account, and then insurance, and then who knows what else, and he just nails you. That's like, in a good way for him, it's like perfect business. But his thing, and it's not a bad thing, like he is the star of the show. Like he's always going to be the star of the show. When he eventually dies, because he's probably not going to retire. And like, this is not a bad thing, because like, who cares, right? That's like a full life of working. You made so much money, and like, there's nothing wrong with it. But like, he is the face, and I guess everyone would have a face if they have an info or coaching business. But
yeah,
it's very reliant on him. Although I'm like a listener to his show, he has like a show for just like mass market people, where it's like what I described. He also has one called Entre Leadership, and it's more to business owners. And I actually listen to that one regularly.
I think this is probably as stereotypical an example of what I was talking about as possible, because it seems to me like he runs like an education business, and that's like the core of it. And I'm just reading through everything that he's doing.
Education business with all the, he's like monetized to the max, dude. I love that.
But I mean, that's like the mature version of what I'm thinking of doing, right? Like if I wanted to go into,
but that's like if you dedicate your whole life to info, like that's where
if you dedicate your whole life to info, then from the outside in, it just doesn't look like you do info. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is the play. Anyway, that's my point. I'm glad that you chimed in with your thoughts on that. Thanks, man.
But he also said on one of his things that because he is like what I said there, he also is obviously aware of that and concerned with it. And he said the Dave Ramsey revenue used to be like 90% or more, and now it's down to like 40% in 2025 because he has like other, like his kids work for him, but some other people work for him. Like they have their own radio shows and podcasts and YouTube channels.
He's diversified heavily.
Yeah, so he has like mentees that now it's like Alex Jose has a portfolio of companies. He has a portfolio of like talent or people.
And real estate, looks like.
Yeah. He started in real estate and made like millions by the time he was 25 and then over leveraged and lost it all. Like that was his origin story.
Like this, it's just a very common trend, you know? You go to some like traditional old school service and then you just like make top 1% money. And then whether or not that succeeds, you just use that as a stepping stone to get literally everywhere else. Nice thigh.
Thanks. But you can either sell a company, but if you just have an absurd income for 60 years, you're going to get to the $1 billion mark as well.
Yeah, true.
And he would be like saving his money like crazy. He'd be making his coffee at home.
Yeah.
The number one way to become a billionaire is to make coffee at home. Right?
Right. The guy drinking a Starbucks says.
I know. Well, I got not a billionaire.
So I told Matt, Matt's in Calgary, right? And he just here while he clears up like the American stuff, and I guess he's going to move down to the States pretty soon. But he's like, "Hey man, so where should I stay?" And I'm like, "You should definitely stay in the Eau Claire region, specific region in Calgary." And he's like, "Wow, that looks cool. I think I'll get an Airbnb there." And he got an Airbnb, and he's like, "This place sucks." And I'm like, "Why?" And the first thing he said was like, "There's no Starbucks nearby."
Yeah. Yeah, there's like not even a Starbucks.
A Starbucks around.
Starbucks is like 6-minute walk.
It's a 6-minute walk.
Report it for a
Matt's
fake
used
listing.
to having one downstairs of his building.
Yeah, in this one, there's one in the ground floor.
God damn it, man. So that's how he finds places. He literally just looks for Starbucks. Then he finds Airbnbs.
Yeah, if the Airbnb listing doesn't mention Starbucks, they like one, have no taste. Two, it's probably not even close.
Good point, man. So what's your point, Matt? What do you got for number 3?
So my point is, I got this app, right? It's called Habitify, like Spotify or Shopify, but Habitify.
Yeah, use that one. It's good.
Do you? I told you about that, I think. I think I re-downloaded it recently because I've not been using it. And last night I loaded up 32 daily habits because I'm kind of living aimlessly right now,
Yeah.
Like in between stuff. Don't have a lot going on.
For fuck's sake. I mean,
yeah. So I literally loaded 32 habits in there, and I'm just gonna for the next 90 days just be an animal and just get all of these things done.
Okay.
What do you got? Like my morning habits, like chores, basically, like brushing the old teeth, the vitamins, making the bed, that kind of stuff, and then my morning routine, right? Exercise for 20 minutes, reflect for 20 minutes, then read for 20 minutes. Then I'm going into my content category, which is 4 posts, 2 newsletters, because I'm going to schedule 2 posts, 1 newsletter a day, get a bank of content, write 1,000 words for the old books, film a YouTube, then go work out. And then I got my deep work period. And then I got my learning AI and automation and vibe coding period. Then I got my employee management period. And then my bedtime period, but this is 32 separate habits in there. And so far I'm 4 days in and I'm at 96% completion rate.
So Matt is currently between things and he's doing the equivalent of 5 full-time businesses.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, no, but it's good because if I don't have a plan, I just waste the whole day, to be honest.
Like if you didn't have something like this, you wouldn't have a plan, you'd waste the whole day? Or?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily need to be this specific, but these are habits in the app, but one of them's deep work hour 1. It's not really a habit, but whatever I actually have to do during that, and I have 4 deep work hours on here, I might reduce it to 3, to be honest, because
sustainability is important.
There's a lot of stuff in there that could be considered a deep work hour on its own.
Yep, definitely.
So I'm actually going to do that right now, but it's been going a lot better. And one of the most habits, let me go find it.
He's going to go find a book. Well, I was going to compliment him, but he kept cutting me off. But what I was trying to say was he's looking really good, ever since he started this health habit stuff.
So the best thing that I've done, it could be a point on its own, is I got this bag, right? And then there's this combination lock. So the first thing, I'm not doing it right now because I was at Starbucks, obviously paying. Phone, one of the habits in the morning, in the bag. Combination lock. It's locked, and now that is value right there.
Okay, where do you put it?
I just put it wherever, but the combination lock is really annoying to just open,
Yeah, friction.
And then, yeah, like you can text off your Mac, you can do stuff, but like my phone probably cost me at least $200K a month
Hmm.
and just wasting my life. And that is my number one habit that's actually made a big difference. So let me read some of these,
Yeah,
like
sure.
let's just go for it.
Yeah, dude,
So
go for it.
the first thing is make the old bed,
Is everything
brush,
the old now?
yeah, make the old bread, brush the old teeth, shave the old face, take the old vitamins, drink 1L of water, 1 big liter,
No, 1W.
and then talk to clients. Like talk to every one of my clients, check in.
Right.
So that is the morning routine,
How long does that
right?
take you?
Oh, that's pretty rapid. Like can't be more than 10 minutes if you
What's your check-in with the clients look like? Do you have a template or do you
I
just copy
just say,
paste?
yo, what can I do for you? Or if they said something since the last time, I respond.
Cool. Yeah. Very high leverage move. Yep.
Yeah. The next one, oh, I guess this is in there. It's create one extra barrier for a vice, make it more difficult. So I blocked Uber Eats because my vice primary is food, I guess, and then coffee, but I'm not really doing anything about that. But the food, so like I use the child settings, blocked Uber Eats on my phone, right? I have a VPN, blocked it on my computer. So my theory, and I've tried it out, is just keep adding one extra thing to make it literally impractical to do it. If I was trying to order some crap food, like pizza or something, it would literally take me 30 minutes to get through all this stuff at this point.
Yeah.
One could do it, I suppose, but I have this theory, and I'm just gonna like make vices so difficult that you don't do them.
Yeah, for sure, man.
My vice is gonna be completing my habits from now on. It's one that I crutch. So that takes literally 2 minutes. Usually it's digital. The next is the 20-20-20 morning routine. It's from a book called The 5 a.m. Club. Works for me. So the first 20 minutes is exercise, then reflection, then reading. So my exercise, I go walking for 15 minutes on an incline treadmill. Used to be 20, but I want to get this all done in 20 minutes. Then I do pull-ups following an app for progression. I'm up to 8 really good pull-ups.
Nice.
That's actually not bad.
That's great.
Well, actually, I confess, they're chin-ups, but still.
I mean, it is what it is. Dude, you're like 7 feet tall. Like, it is very difficult for you to do a chin up.
Yeah. Chin-ups for me are a lot easier than pull-ups.
No, I mean, like, I think in general they are. But what I mean to say is just objectively speaking, because you're so much bigger and heavier, like the way that the biomechanics work out, it might actually be a time and a half more difficult for Matt to do like a chin than somebody that's like, I don't know, 5'8" or something.
Yeah. I'm like too heavy still for my strength. And then I stretched for 5 minutes using an app. And those are Muay Thai stretches. So they're very heavy to like the hip groin areas, like
Must
basically for like
good.
kicks, know?
Yeah.
Because it's a long way up for me when I'm good at kicks. I'm not like some little manlet. And then for reflection, 20 minutes, I do gratitude and then goals. And then I review my plan for the day. Pretty simple.
Nice.
And then I read for 20 minutes, currently reading a book called Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. Didn't he invite you on his podcast or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's great.
It's like,
I don't think it was a podcast. Sorry. I think it was some call that he records, but I don't think it's his
really?
podcast.
Buy Back Your Time is like a top 3 book from
really? You think I should watch it or read it?
Yeah. That's top 3 books. I've read it a couple of times.
It's wild because you don't normally recommend.
Yeah. I saw this tweet from this guy I follow, and he said, if you just read the book Buy Back Your Time and then rocket fuel and just did what it said, you'd be like a top 1% operator in the world. And I would probably agree with that. Then I put the phone in the bag because probably could do that earlier. But then I go into my content. So I have 2 types of posts that I'm making. One of them is a checklist. Like I'm just trying to be helpful. Like these are to nurture, not really to get traffic. If they get traffic, that's good. But people come from YouTube, follow me on the other platforms, see it. And then just 2 images. So I'm following like, what's the problem? What you should do about it? And then action steps. So the problem is I waste all my time on the phone. Okay, go get this bag, action steps, go to Amazon, buy bag, and just do it. And then I choose whichever two, like one of each, and schedule 2 newsletters. Basically, they're like 1-minute reads, taking some inspiration from Hermosi there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1,000 words for the book that I'm writing. The current one is like 30 days, like one thing per day to like really help your business. Pretty good concept.
Yeah,
Might
it sounds like a
cheesy,
pretty good system. Yeah.
but then I'm going to make a YouTube outline and then film the YouTube video. That's like my content. Then I'm going to break up the day, workout and run, or workout or run, I guess, because I do 3 of 3, 3 days on 3 days of each.
So you are going to have a day off then?
Yeah, Sunday.
Okay. How does that work with the systems then? Is that just like baked into Habitify?
I just say I filled it on Sundays. It's just, you could select whatever days you want for it to show up. And then the next one is my improvement period. So like the philosophy of Kaizen.
No,
it's Japanese. Yeah, Japanese.
I mean,
like 1% better every day. That's the 1% better every day chart.
Sure.
You know that. Come on.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. It's just like
it's just not Japanese. Therefore, way less.
It's just not Japanese. Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, it's just not Japanese. So I looked for 10 things. So today my 10 things are fix the menu on my site, record onboarding video for school, report cancellation video for school, fix the cover image of school, fit. I can just go on, and then I do those 10 things. So like 10 micro improvements per day. And then I get into my now 3 hours of deep work, which I think that for me, like my to-do list is so long, but I have a separate to-do list that just says priority. And then I have one thing in it. Like what thing would be the most important that would actually make the biggest difference. I do that for those 3 hours. It used to be 4 hours up to this point, but 3 hours now. But I was working way too hard, to be honest. Like I'm in between stuff, but working like 14 hours a day, like I'm just in between.
Classic.
But, so, like there's infinite number of priorities, but one thing will always be the biggest priority, right? Trying to like zero in on that and actually thinking that way is very good. I added this one yesterday was my first day, 1 hour of vibe coding / messing with AI because I'm kind of behind on that, I think. And then review employees' work. So this is usually around 3 p.m. East or 3 p.m. our time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then loom them with like their next tasks and feedback. And then one new automation could be like a 1-minute automation. I could watch your YouTube videos if I had no self-respect. And then follow up in the CRM. And then by this time, it's usually time for bed. Then I clean up for 10 minutes just around the house. Not a good job if you can see my background. And then I reflect for 20 minutes.
Wonderful.
And then like that's what I've been doing. And it's kind of like, I feel like that my old COO, I'm sure he had something like this. But it's like just a bunch of things, antagonize the employees just like 10 times per day.
Micro improvements.
Yeah. Antagonize everyone.
Antagonize people better.
Yeah.
Well, man, that is a very.
So there's 32 of them. It's kind of excessive, but a lot of them are just done in clumps that take 1 minute.
I understand that. This is very
stacking from.
What I've liked about you, and I think one thing I got from it after I met you was that you tend to do things like you treat things like a routine, like we talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you will like bin routines together, and you will stack them like James Clear talks about.
One of the absolute biggest psyops is that you shouldn't have a routine. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I got psyoped when I was like 21 for that.
Yeah.
And then I fell for it for like a year. Horrible.
Yeah, I would agree.
See that stuff on Twitter a lot. Don't have a routine, just be a savage.
The big thing that I realize is like your body gets better at doing stuff if you do it around the same time every day. It's like a hack. And I took it from circadian neurobiology back when I worked in the lab at SFU where I went to school. And like, if a mouse just does the same thing at the same time every day, like it just gets much, much better at it than if it does the same thing at a different time every day. So when you stack it like this, you just prime your brain to do the things that need doing. And so the reason why you can do your client management or initial client questions in 5 minutes or whatever is just because you've done them for a very long period of time. And so you have, you have explicit systems, but you also have all these implicit systems that you get done. So when I do my community management, and I do it in the morning, and it's like, oh, like how the hell was Nick managing 2,700 people or whatever, 3,200 people? I guess it's like, oh, because I've just done it every day for like a year. So the 366th time is way easier than the first time. I'm just very fast at it.
Yeah, you can fall out of your routine. Like it's so hard if you fall out of posting YouTube for even like a week to get back into it, and then if you just keep doing it.
Let's not talk about that. Why don't we just not talk about any of that?
I haven't posted in like 33 days or something.
Yeah, that's better.
But yeah, just like getting into it, you know.
I feel you.
But yeah, so
I'm getting jacked.
Really? Look at that. I don't see it. I zoom in. Your audio just got whack again. We'll aphonic it. Don't worry.
Shit, it totally did. I forget just unplugged it, didn't I?
Yeah, you were too busy flexing instead of.
That's brutal.
Podcast.
I guess my muscles were too big. Okay, but can you still hear me, all right?
It sounds pretty bad, but we can hear you.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring my computer closer. Hey, how's that?
We'll live with it.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get jacked, man. I'm gonna get huge, man. So, dude, another thing I took away when I saw Alex Hormozy was just how much I respected the man because of how big his muscles were, not necessarily the shit I was talking about. You know,
he's huge.
Okay, so as straight males here, we care about the attention of the female population naturally, and so women tend not to like really big ripped guys. You know, they tend to like people at approximately Nick Strap's level of physique. I was gonna say arm level. They tend to like people at my level of physique for the most part, right?
Yeah.
What I've come to realize is I don't care about that. I got a girlfriend. I don't need any more of that. What I want is respect from men. And men respect you when you look like a freaking bear, like a lumberjack, like when you look huge. I want to make it so I can't get through a door frame without twisting my body sideways.
Smart.
That's what I'm going for. So, yeah, that's what I want to do. I sent you this one video that this guy recorded. What was his name? Martellus or something like that?
Yeah, I've seen that guy before. He's mostly he's mostly talking about like, you know, red pill stuff, right?
Yeah, I know. You know, it's kind of most of his shit is bullshit, to be honest. But that one video that he posted, it was like, why you need to get jacked or something. And I was just like, oh, this is kind of weird. And the thumbnail was just some really big jacked black guy. And he was just like really big. And honestly, why you need to get jacked, I could have stopped at the thumbnail. That's why I need to get jacked. Because look at the guy. So he spent like 5 minutes basically telling you why you need to get jacked. And the entire time you're just looking at his chest. You're just staring at his freaking ass.
Well, maybe you are, but okay, I can keep going.
This is the pudding, man. Like, screw all the reasons to get jacked. I want to look like that. So anyway, I'm not going to jump on roids or anything, but I just want to make it abundantly clear here. I'm going to get freaking ripped.
I don't think that guy's on roids. I think that guy's entirely.
That's a totally natty physique.
I think it could be. Maybe.
I got a British to sell you, buddy.
You think so?
No, I'm just screwing. I think it's natties.
Yeah. It's not like egregious.
But yeah, that's my point. I'm going to get ripped, dude. So I'm going to like get myself a personal trainer. Are you going to get a personal trainer?
I'm going to get a personal trainer when I move and like live somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get a personal trainer. Super convenient. They're either going to come to my gym or I'm going to go to this one gym that's like 4-minute walk from my house. And I'm just going to like meet him every single day. And I'm just going to make it a priority. Just like my work used to be the priority. Now I'm going to make getting ripped the priority.
He's going to quit and then he's just going to get ripped.
I'm just going to get ripped, dude. Huge. YouTube post volume will go down and the size of my biceps will go up.
Hormozy's biceps in his old videos are egregious.
Dude, they're insane. Did you see that one interview he did with this guy? Oh, shit, I don't remember. He was in some house and he was talking about gym launch and he had like very little.
Yeah, that was one of his best videos.
His arms were ridiculous.
Well, I watched the video. You were just looking at his arms, but it was one of his best. That was one of his. I learned a lot from that video.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, yeah, that's my point. In respect to people's time, that's my point.
Yeah. So, do we have like measurements that we're going for, or
yeah,
are we just
like take full body caliper measurements? I'm also going to do DEXA scans. But I got to be real, man. Like since I started working out hard again, about a week and a half ago, I've already gained 2.5 pounds. I think a lot of it's beginner muscle mass because I used to lift pretty heavily.
You should go to this place. Yeah. For DEXA scans in Calgary, you should go to this place called BioStrong. I used to go there.
Check that out. I'm actually going to write that down right now. Fuck it.
It's not a DEXA, but it's like basically a DEXA, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That sounds great. I used to do DEXAs back with my buddies when we were powerlifting, and it was cool and all. I'm not going for powerlifting. I don't actually care about lifting heavy shit. I just want the perception of me to see like I can.
Yeah, I don't bench, squat, deadlift. I only do arms. It's about looking good.
Dude, if you think about it logically, like you wear a shirt 90% of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, more than that in public. So what is the most important part of your body? Well, there's actually only a couple, okay? Your arms, your forearms, they're almost always visible. Your traps. And then that's it. Like, I guess your neck, I guess.
Your upper chest a little, depending on what your shirt. Yeah, so we just can't even focus on you. Your microphone's covering it.
That's good. Maybe we should do that. Anyway, I gotta get going pretty quick, Matt.
No, I'll save it for next time. Don't worry.
You don't want it? It'll just the 4 for today.
It'll just be the 4 for today. Please, like if you have to go, we can't like stop you. You know what I mean? It'll just be
like if you can do it in like 2 minutes, man.
No, please, just the 4.
Okay, we're just doing the 4.
Yeah. We'll do the 6 next week.
Sounds good, man. Well, Matt, thank you very much for coming out to
my own podcast. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yep. Me too. Bye.
See you later.